Welcome back. Me and Audrey are, oh, we should have closed that cupboard. Ignore all the mess over there. Actually, let's go over here, Audrey. Welcome back. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, I'm just getting ready to make some shortbread cookies, and I'm going to be sharing shortbread cookies with you and a cranberry cake. So me and Audrey are just getting ready. Do you want to say hi, Audrey?
Hi.
We're just getting ready to make some shortbread cookies. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve here, and I just wanted to make some shortbread cookies to send over to our neighbor. So me and Audrey are getting ready to make those now. Audrey, can you not write on the paper towel? So we're just getting ready to make those. So shortbread cookies are a really easy cookie to make, but maybe you've never made them before. So we're going to share the recipe with you.
So, let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead. So there is the recipe. So you just need flour. It says margarine, but I use butter, cornstarch, and icing sugar. So Audrey got all of our ingredients out, I think. We have our flour, our butter. Oh, do you want to go and grab the cornstarch, Audrey? It's the yellow container. And our icing sugar. We're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And the key with shortbread cookies, I find, is to... no, we don't need those. You don't want to overbake them. I mean, no, that's not what I was going to say. Well, you don't want to do that either. But you don't want to make them too thin. I like to make mine, try and make them thick. And just a really easy cookie. We're going to make some icing and ice them. So I'm going to get out the rest of our ingredients and preheat the oven. And we'll get started. Alright, Audrey is anxiously waiting here to get started. So in our bowl, we are going to put in 1 cup of flour. Normally I would double these, but I don't have that much cornstarch, so. 1 cup of flour. And you're going to want to use softened butter for these. Hey Audrey, do you want to put the flour back? Oh, actually no, we might need that again. 3/4 of a cup of butter. You can use margarine, but I always like to use butter.
Can I open it?
Yeah.
I'll open it. Should I open it this way?
We want to open it so that, because the measurements are on the wrapper. You can put that. Nope. We're just going to put it in the bowl just like that. Audrey's going to add our 3/4 of a cup. Put it in gently so the flour doesn't. 3/4 of a cup of butter.
I kind of squished it.
That's okay. Okay, we're going to put that aside for now. We need 1/2 cup of cornstarch, so you can open the cornstarch, Audrey. And where is, okay, there's our 1/2 cup.
Can I scoop it?
We're doing 1/4 of a cup, so we're going to do 2 of them.
I'll not put it in the butter.
Oh, right in the butter. Okay, and we need another one.
A bit more than that.
Jacob, could you let Daisy in, please? Here, no, we need more though, because it's not full. We're getting to the bottom of the cornstarch, and hold on, we need still a little bit more than that. But we're having a hard time getting there. Can you close it? Stop. And we just need 1/2 cup of icing sugar. We just put 2 of those in, right, Audrey?
Yeah.
I feel like we put that in the container so many times that I lost count, but I think. And then 1/2 cup of icing sugar. So we're doing 1/4 of a cup, so we're doing 2 of them. Okay.
So are we doing any more ingredients?
Nope, that's all the ingredients you need for these. Easy, eh? Okay, and then I'm going to wash my hands. Audrey already washed hers. You washed your hands, right? So you can start mixing it up very carefully with your hands. I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to help her.
I squished the butter.
Did you? On the ball. You're getting it all mixed? Audrey said this is her favorite part, getting her hands in the dough mixing. You're doing a great job.
I can barely even see the butter.
No, you got it all mixed in. We're going to mix it all up until a nice dough forms. And then we're going to flour our counter and roll them out. Yeah, and we'll get out our cookie cutters. Okay, I'm going to preheat the oven while Audrey is mixing that up. So I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So there, that's what your dough will look like after you get it all mixed up. So we have our oven preheating there, and we're going to take some flour, and we're going to flour our counter here to roll these out because you don't want them to stick. You could also use cornstarch. Hold on, Audrey, because we're just going to...
Get a counter of flour.
That should be good. Oh, you guys didn't even see that. But we floured our counter here. Look at her. Audrey is anxiously waiting to what?
Do it.
To what?
To roll it.
To roll it, and what else?
Shape it.
To what?
Shape it.
Yeah, to shape it, to do the cookie cutting, eh? Oh, do you want to get, we have to get our rolling pin out. Excuse me. All right, we found our rolling pin. We had to give it a little washing. It was looking a little dusty and...
Hairy.
Yeah, it had a hair on it. The last thing we want to do is give somebody cookies with a hair in them.
Can I start rolling now?
Yeah, just hang on, because we want them to be nice and okay. You can roll them a little bit, but don't push too hard, okay?
Like this?
Yep. I like shortbread cookies to be nice and thick. Okay, and then we roll them this way a little bit.
Them out a bit, so it can be nice and smooth.
Yeah, we'll roll them a little bit. Do you want to grab our cookie cutters? I am not very good at getting my dough all the same thickness.
We have lots.
Yeah. Just have a little dish of flour that we can dip our our cookie cutters in. Like this side is looking thinner than this side, so we'll just cut one and see how thick they are, Audrey. Oh, that looks pretty good. So Audrey has our cookie sheet ready. Okay, Audrey, you can cut another one of those. Okay.
Open it carefully.
Yes.
Can I do a Christmas tree now?
We have our cookie sheet. Yeah, you can dip it in flour so it doesn't stick. Okay, wait. Okay, well I guess you have to do it there now. If you go as close to the edge of the dough.
Ooh, look at my mini Christmas tree. So cute, people.
Okay, here, I'll put it and you can push it down. Push it right down.
I like these cookies.
Okay, hang on.
We're gonna do another Christmas tree.
We'll do a few Christmas trees and then we're going to do a couple of just regular ones too. Did you push it right down? Okay. Hold on. You have to push it out gently because we don't want to have like fingerprints in them. All right, let's do some regular ones, Audrey, because we're going to do... Wait, now let's see if this one will fit right here. Hold on, hold on. There, okay. Push it right down. Here we go.
That looks weird.
Okay, do you want to put that one on the cookie sheet? Go gently with it.
It looks really weird.
There are all of our cookies. So our oven is heated to 350 degrees. We're going to get these in the oven and I'm just going to check how long they're supposed to cook.
I think it's my favorite part, but I like cooking it. Does it taste so good?
We're going to bake these for 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to start them and set the timer for 15. Actually, I might do 14 and then kind of check them and see how they're looking from there. So I'm over at my mixer now. My cookies are in the oven. They're just about done. I have some soup going on the stove. Lots of things happening in the kitchen today. I'm making my cranberry cake now. So in here I have 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to add 3 eggs. And we're going to mix this for about 5 to 7 minutes. And you want to make sure that you mix it for as long as the recipe says, because the egg acts as your leavening agent in this recipe. I'm just going to check my cookies. All right, cookies are done. They're looking good. You don't want to overbake them. I just noticed that a few of them were getting a little golden around the edges, and they're going to cook on the pan a little bit as they cool. So I cooked mine for, I think, a total of 18 minutes it was. So it all just kind of depends on your oven. So you're going to preheat your oven for 350 degrees for the cranberry cake too. So I have my 2 cups of sugar. I have my eggs in there. So I'm going to mix this, and like I said, you're going to want to mix this for 5 to 7 minutes, and you don't want to skip that step. So I'm going to get started on that. Just wanted to tell you before I forget that it says that this mixture should kind of double in size, and the egg and sugar mixture should kind of ribbon from your beaters when it's done mixing. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to set the timer on my stove for 5 minutes, and I'm going to check and see how it's doing. I had my cranberries in the freezer, so I just took them out of the freezer, and I wish I had to take them out a little bit sooner, but they're thawing on the counter. I find when the cranberries are frozen, you can use them like that, but it just makes your dough really, really stiff because it kind of freezes it a little bit. But anyway, I'll get this mixed up. There's the mixture now. I let mine mix for, oh, my soup is bubbling over here. I wish the lighting was better over here. I let mine mix. I'm going to try and show you how it, see how it ribbons from the beater when I lift it like that. So that's what you want. So you want to let it mix that long. Like I said, I set my timer for, I think it was 6 minutes, and I just peeled some of my potatoes for my soup while it was mixing. So now we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of butter. Let me see what else. We're going to add our butter and our vanilla. So 3/4 of a cup of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla. So a teaspoon of vanilla. This is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'll put 2 in. Oh, I have a lot on the go here. I'm trying to make soup. I made the shortbread cookies. I'm making the cranberry cake. I'd like to go for a walk with the kids and Emily. Emily has been battling a really bad cold, and I just feel like some fresh air would be good for her. And I have so much wrapping to do. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I know by the time you see this video, it will be after Christmas. But they're calling for a really big rainstorm here over the weekend. So I'm really hoping that we don't lose our power over Christmas. Last winter we had snow for Christmas, which was so nice. I remember how festive and how nice it was. But anyway, we won't have snow for Christmas this year, but hopefully we'll have power. So anyway, I just have a lot to do today, and I want to get some wrapping done, and I would just like to take this evening and enjoy the time with the kids. And then tomorrow we're having dinner at my mom's, so that's why I'm making the cranberry cake. And I just want to enjoy tomorrow and not have to worry about wrapping, and I want to get all that stuff done today. So anyway, enough rambling. I got my teaspoon of vanilla in there. I have my butter. I'm going to lower this for a second. I think I'm going to kind of cut mine up a little bit. It's softened, and I actually have my cranberries in sitting by the pellet stove because they were frozen. So I thought sitting them by the heat might help them to thaw a little bit faster. So there's our butter. And we're going to let that mix for another, what did it say? Mix for another 2 minutes. How was your walk, Jacob?
Nice.
Jacob just came back from a walk with Daisy, and every time he comes home, I think this is the second time in a row that you came home with treats. He came home with ice cream sandwiches. Our neighbor, she sends them over. We just have the best neighbors out here anyway. She sends over ice cream drumsticks for the boys. And then she sends over another soft ice cream bar for Emily because she knows that Emily can't eat that. And she even sends over treats for the dog. So we just have the best neighbors out here. I say that all the time. You can give Daisy one of her treats, and can you close on the big door, please? Last night I was out grocery shopping, but Santa showed up to visit the kids and to give them a treat, and I had no idea he was coming, but the kids were really excited. Jacob wasn't here. He was at a sleepover at Mom's, but yeah, we just have the best neighbors out here. Everybody just kind of takes care of everybody and looks out for each other. It's just a really nice little community that we have out here. Anyway, let's get this cake mixed up. Everything's all set there. Next, we're going to add, so I let that mix for 2 minutes. We're going to add 2 cups of flour. I'm using a half a cup, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it says to mix this until it's just combined. So that's all mixed up. And I've switched attachments. So I'm adding in a full bag of cranberries, and mine aren't completely thawed, and that's okay. It's just going to make your batter, it'll make your batter stiff and cold and hard to work with, but that's okay. Okay, so there and there, I'm going to get that mixed up. I hope you can see. I know the lighting over here isn't great. So there's my batter. I mixed it with the mixer, but I turned it off because I noticed that it was crushing my cranberries, and I don't want them to be crushed. I want them whole, so then when they bake, they will kind of burst open, and it just makes the cake look really pretty. And so anyway, I just tried to kind of mix mine by hand, but it's hard because the batter is so cold from the frozen cranberries. I'll take this over here. I have my 9x13 pan sprayed, so I'm going to get my cake in there. You're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for 40 to 50 minutes, or until it's very lightly browned, or a toothpick comes out clean. So I'm going to need 2 hands to get this in here, so I'm going to put you down. My cake's all spread in there. It's a really hard cake to spread. It resembles cookie batter, but if you use your cranberries fresh and they're not frozen, it will be a lot easier to mix or to spread in your pan. But anyway, I wish my cranberries didn't break apart like they did, but anyway, it'll still taste good. So I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees, and it says to bake it for 40 to 50 minutes. I'm going to check mine at 40 minutes and see how it's looking. I figured I'd better show you how our cranberry cake turned out. So this is how it's looking. You can see how the cranberries kind of burst open a bit once you bake it, and it develops this nice crust on top. It's really good. It's really moist on the inside. It's really tasty. Everybody really likes it. If you make this cake, you don't want to store it like covered in saran wrap tight. You want to just put a towel over it loosely, and kind of, you don't want to cover up tight because it loses that nice crust on top. This cake freezes well, so you can freeze it, and the recipe just says that when you go to thaw it, if you can thaw it uncovered at room temperature. So I just wanted to share that with you. It is a while later now since I've made this cake. This has actually been, I took this to my sister's house and I froze it, and I'm just really behind on editing my videos. But anyway, it turned out really nice. Everybody really liked it, so I'm just going to, I think I'm going to throw the little bit that's left in the freezer, because we just have so many sweets and stuff around. I didn't get to show you the finished product of the shortbread cookies because we got them iced, and the kids took them over to the neighbors. That day ended up just being really busy, a really busy day in the kitchen, and I just forgot to pick up the camera again. But I just made a simple icing with icing, sugar, butter, vanilla and milk, and mixed it up, and I decorated some for the neighbor, and then I let the kids decorate the rest. So anyway, that is all that I have to share with you in this video. I will I'll put these recipes in the description box below. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed just seeing a little bit of baking. I hope you enjoy these recipes and maybe you'll try them for yourself. So anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.